I didn't plan on making this, but the Earth 2 community, primarily a couple of YouTubers, really pissed me off, so now I am. This video will be a straight up call out. I'll be punching down, I will be moderately unprofessional, I think, and I'll be seeking to shed light on the underbelly of a community that feeds off of the naivety of new users while enriching themselves in the process. Anyone who has followed the channel's content for more than a few days will probably know what I'm talking about here, but for anyone who has no idea or has not already seen the flurry of other channels and videos covering the exact same topic, I am about to discuss Earth 2. Earth 2 is a large and growing, rapidly, community that trades digital real estate on a one-to-one replication of Earth. It uses Mapbox technology in combination with a grid system to create a player marketplace populated with little map tiles. These little tiles are traded between players, and that peer-to-peer framework enables one user to buy the tile from another user and then sell it down the line for ever-increasing amounts. The platform uses its own proprietary algorithmic pricing model and has a terms of service document that explicitly allows them to manipulate that data in any way, shape, or form, and it even states, with hauntingly precise language, that they can simply pack up and leave at any point in the future, thereby stripping any and all users of their ability to cash out any profit. The growing consensus here is that the platform is some sort of crossbreed between a Ponzi scheme and a multi-level marketing scam that relies on recruitment to fuel early adopter profits and enables the company itself to harvest ever-increasing amounts of money from a gullible population. Basically, that's what Earth 2 is, but that's not even the main point for this video. The main point today is that the creators fueling this operation are probably going to jail. If not that, they will almost certainly face legal ramifications by the end of the platform's natural lifespan, and as promised, I will focus on one in particular, one individual by the name Arya Realty, because in my opinion, outside another creator named Matt Lorian, who's been inactive for a decent span of time, he is one of the worst culprits in the entire community when it comes to manipulation, subterfuge, and flat-out illegal behavior. Side note, he actually complained in one of his videos that the larger YouTubers didn't focus on him and that Matt Lorian was outdated and we referenced his content. Why didn't they reference me? You got your wish, buddy. Arya Realty is a dedicated Earth 2 YouTuber who benefits heavily from the referral code system by encouraging others to put money into the platform using his code. These new users not only award him a flat commission on their investment, and it is an investment according to him, not a purchase, that's an important distinction to make, but they also increase the value of his existing tile portfolio because their transactions result in land tax for his property, paid directly to him, and their subsequent orders algorithmically boost the listed value of his portfolio across the entire thing, meaning that when he finds another user to sell that land to, he will again directly benefit, theoretically. Arya Realty describes himself as one of the leading portfolios and voices about Earth 2 and virtual real estate. He frequently portrays himself as an authority on investment and financial decision-making, and even goes so far as to include quotes like this in the description box for most of his videos. Quote, "In this video, we find out where to put your initial investment so that you make the most amount of money possible. Put in hundreds, make hundreds. Put in thousands, make thousands. Come join me in Earth 2, end quote. He also peppers the description box with crypto affiliate codes and exchange referral links, but above all, most importantly, front and center, on every single post is a code to award him money when viewers purchase tiles on Earth 2. His language refers to finance, stocks, credit, and pretty much anything investing related, and his official YouTube channel description says, quote, "I want to share my advice with you, my viewers. I have always had a strong hold on financial topics and I have a large investment in Earth2.io. Let's discuss strategies together." End quote. So let's create an overview. This is a creator who financially benefits when viewers put money into the Earth 2 platform. This is a creator who has been encouraging them to do that with explicit claims asserting that if they do so, they will make money for a long time, and habitually refers to this as an investment above all other classifiers. His portfolio in the game includes tens of thousands of tiles, hundreds of thousands of e-dollars, and a non-stop flurry of videos are produced by him defending the game from criticism, debunking allegations with the worst content and accuracy I might have ever seen in my entire life, and ridiculing other creators for not agreeing with his assertions that Earth 2 is a gold mine capable of making anyone rich and is ultimately comparable to New World colonists in the 1500s. That should hopefully set the stage for what comes next. In a more recent video, a badly done video with inaccurate comparisons to other games like Palia, he says the following, and keep in mind, this is just one instance, one of many instances, where he will use this language and make these statements.
And I will never scam anybody. because what benefit do I get from scamming people? And Earth 2 hasn't been the first company that come out and like do this idea. Look up Decentraland. They sell fake land and they haven't ran off of anybody's money. And they've been around for a while now. And they have a crypto coin from Decentraland. It's called Mana. And look at this coin and look at the profits that you could have made if you got in at launch. Now it's not confirmed that Earth 2 will have a similar coin, but they're going to have a coin. I mean, if Decentraland has a coin and then the smaller competitor to Earth 2 called After Earth, they said they're going to have a coin, so they're going to have a coin. Just look at the history of Mana, the crypto coin. Like, it's guaranteed that you're going to make a massive amount of money on this Earth 2 crypto coin. So you can hate me or the channel as much as you want or the company, but at least make some money. Like, it's pretty much guaranteed. Like, a few months from now or next year or something, I could say, like, haha, I told you so, but I'd rather see you succeed. I think that's a better feeling, in my opinion. Or if you don't want to invest into that at all, just follow this channel.
It is guaranteed that when Earth 2 launches its token, and it's gonna have a token, guys, that you will make money if you invest in it. It is guaranteed that your investment will appreciate, according to Arya Realty. And that guarantee, well, it has weight. The thing is, it doesn't have the weight of legitimacy. It has the weight of possible jail time. It is flat out illegal to offer public, explicit investment advice if you are not a licensed financial advisor. It is not illegal to give bad investment advice, which is what this most certainly is, but when offering widespread public investment advice on a platform like YouTube, well, this really should be obvious. The Investment Advisors Act, established in 1940, I believe, prohibits unlicensed individuals from offering such advice in an effort to curb financial misconduct. The policy creates liability when offering public investment advice and also contains some greater clarity on how the SEC will define and enforce that concept. Theoretically, each individual client could be viewed as a separate violation, meaning that a video which influenced, let's say, 100 people to invest in something based on explicit advice could become 100 different instances of sentencing if found guilty. The possible sentence? $10,000 and up to 5 years in federal prison for each. That means if you publicly advise 100 separate people with lofty promises of guaranteed profit and they decide to sue you, you could be facing up to $1 million in fines, and if you're prosecuted by the government and they take these charges to their fullest extent, a life sentence in prison. Obviously, financial crime, first offense, good behavior, judge inclination, and so much more will affect that in a really massive way, but you get the idea. Unlicensed financial advice has penalties. Well, how do we define what advice even is? Quote, "You are considered an investment advisor and must register or face legal consequences if you receive compensation, you are in the business of offering advice, and you offer advice related to investments." End quote. That's obviously very, very broad, but the SEC actually wants it that way. When referring to the idea of compensation, we can read the following, quote, "The term compensation has been broadly construed, generally the receipt of any economic benefit, whether in the form of an advisory fee, some other fee relating to total services rendered, a commission, or some combination satisfies this element. The person receiving the advice or another person may pay the compensation." End quote. That establishes without any dispute whatsoever that Arya Realty is being compensated, as per his referral code plastered across all of his videos. He is offering advice related to investments. He refers to this explicitly on almost every single occasion, and he is in the business of offering advice, as proven by his lengthy track record of advertising Earth 2, referring to it as an investment opportunity, and so much more across all of his profiles, and encouraging users to put money into the platform. So what if he's a registered financial advisor? It's not illegal to give bad advice after all, so what if? Yeah, he's not. I'm not going to dox this poor guy, even though literally anyone can find him, because his new Twitter page is the same profile picture as his Facebook page, linked to his YouTube channel, of which he is an administrator, so even though the page is hidden and private, you can still see him without even trying to join. But after an extensive search, he is not listed on any financial advisor directories or within them that I could find anywhere in the country. For anyone wondering if that's enough to go by, a tenuous connection for a Facebook admin based on his Twitter page profile picture, I get it. You can cross-reference by his explicit bragging about a $60,000 car, a Tesla. And when the hell did a Tesla become some sort of flex? We live in horrible times. It's in his most recent video, which is now, the Tesla, his banner picture on Facebook, and the location of his only visible activity on that Facebook profile, which leads to New Jersey. And there is an Arya Realty Holdings LLC in New Jersey. One by one, who knows, in tandem, it seems pretty definitive. Steve is not a financial advisor, and to make this even more hilarious, after I had a back and forth with him under a video blatantly pushing more of this predatory behavior and greedy self-enrichment, he actually hid my comment chain where I called him out for this obvious fact. I totally get why. Side note, I would have hid me too. I really would have. I was being unbelievably toxic, but I just have no patience anymore for people like him. And then added a disclaimer to that video's description, way down at the bottom, which reads, quote, "Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Everything in this video and on this channel is for entertainment purposes only," end quote. That statement is not present anywhere else in his content that I could find and confirms three separate things. One, he isn't a financial advisor. I already knew that and had found that out another way, but whatever. Two, he has been advising people for months on where to put their money, defending a Ponzi scheme MLM hybrid clusterfuck, without even realizing that to do that, you need fairly extensive qualifications. And three, he is so idiotic, he didn't even know that you need to at least go through the motions of distancing yourself from liability when you discuss finances in practically any capacity whatsoever, despite these disclaimers being an absolute meme in the age of crypto influencers and con artists. It doesn't even necessarily protect you, by the way, especially if phrased improperly, but he didn't even know to attempt it, and only did after I was extremely toxic. Still not done. He has close ties through Discord, I believe, with the developers of Earth 2, frequently discussing things with them, meaning that he promoted a product with unlicensed financial advice while closely associating with the people who make the platform and benefiting from it monetarily in a direct way. And not once has he disclosed such a relationship at all properly within, underneath, or anywhere near the unregistered financial advice that he gives day in and day out. In our comment exchange, he called me a snitch. If his definition of snitch is an effort to protect gullible people in an age where digital scams are easier than ever before and proliferate with seemingly endless reach, yes, that is what I am. That is what I will always be if it helps curb the behavior of people like him. And I have absolutely no problem compiling all of the links, screenshots, video clips, and other evidence in order to give that information to an agency or local state authority who will handle the situation. In the interest of being thorough, I conversed with Hogue Law on Twitter. His channel is linked down below. He does excellent work. Definitely check him out. Who said, quote, "The more definitive language, guaranteed, you will get something, is almost always problematic, as no one can make that kind of promise for even the safest of purchases. That's almost separate from the broker/dealer/registration question because it verges on common fraud," end quote. There is case law for this. While drastically different in overall scope, when the famous Ponzi scheme BitConnect came crashing down, the SEC charged 5 different marketers who heavily promoted the scam to their audiences. The marketing was conducted through videos on YouTube. There is deliberate reference to their fraudulent claim of guaranteed payouts and high-yield benefits for their initial investment. And those marketers were awarded commissions for their involvement on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Quoted exactly, "We will seek to hold accountable those who illegally profit by capitalizing on the public's interest in digital assets," end quote. As stated by Laura Mebraham, Associate Regional Director of SEC's New York office. What does that sound like? Arya Realty is a small channel that publishes promotional content for digital real estate in close association with the people running the project. He has since changed his Discord name to try and distance himself from the community as the scrutiny significantly escalates. He gives unregistered financial advice to thousands on YouTube, probably tens of thousands in total, and he benefits financially from this in a way that should be seen as a near carbon copy of existing case law. Don't fuck with me, Steve. Don't put me in your titles or your thumbnails. Shape up. That's it. If you want to support me, there are links down below. Odyssey, YouTube platform alternative. I directly financially benefit when you watch my content there. Locals, $5 a month if you want. Another gaming YouTuber to check out. Merch, social media, etc., but I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a nice night.
And I will never scam anybody, because what benefit do I get from scamming people?